Hi guys, so I'm going to read Tales of Suspense number 41. The villain in this story is called Doctor Strange. Obviously he has nothing to do with the actual Doctor Strange. He's kind of just a generic mad scientist. But will Iron Man meet his doom when he invades the stronghold of Doctor Strange? No matter how powerful you are, Iron Man, you're helpless without your life-giving electricity. The same electricity which I am shutting off now. Doctor Strange, the most dangerous foe ever to challenge Iron Man's might. Realizing that the struggle between good and evil is a no-holds-barred duel to the death, Iron Man risks all to stop the most evil villain in history. Prepare yourself for electrifying suspense as the mighty knight in shining armor invades the stronghold of Doctor Strange. Plot Stan Lee, script R. Burns, art Jack Kirby, inking Dick Ayers, lettering Marty Epp. One evening, as millionaire playboy Anthony Stark attends a hospital charity dance. Attention everybody, here's a special announcement. Will Anthony Stark please step forward? Anthony Stark? Why, that's you, Tony. If I'm not, then the check I gave the hospital committee will bounce. Don't go away, baby. I'll be right back. Don't keep me waiting too long, lover boy. As fundraising chairman, I want to report that our new hospital wing can now be built, thanks to Anthony Stark, who donated this check for $100,000. Well, 3 cheers for Tony Stark. Thanks. Now I have an announcement. I've contacted Iron Man to entertain the hospital children tomorrow, and the show will be carried live on TV. Wonderful! The children idolize Iron Man. Then as the dance resumes, so Lady Killer Stark is just an old softy at heart. He supports charitable causes and even has time to plan amusements for orphan children. Careful, doll. You'll make me flip my halo. But Tony, I wish your other activities didn't keep you too busy to think of romance. I'm sure I can spare a few minutes for so worthy a cause. And so, do you mind a personal question, Tony? Don't you ever intend to fall in love and get married? Honey, no girl would want to marry an absentee husband. Think of the time I must spend managing my munitions plants all over the world. These atomic naval cannons I designed are able to fire a nuclear salvo more than 500 miles, thereby revolutionizing battleship firepower. Then there's my scientific research. Sometimes I work on medical problems. Your flesh-healing serum works perfectly, Stark. It closes any open wound in 2 seconds with synthetic liquid tissue. Other times it might be a space problem. Every ray is bombarding the capsule, Mr. Stark. Okay, now see if the alloy shell I invented can resist penetration of all radiations the capsule might encounter in outer space. And of course, I'm always trying to help the U.S. defense effort. Great Scott, Stark! Your burp gun? Your burp gun is obliterating pillboxes and blockhouses as they've been struck by artillery shells. Exactly why my new cartridges are, General. Artillery shells reduced to the size of 50 caliber machine gun bullets, and they can be fired at the rate of 1,000 bullets a minute. Incredible! Only Anthony Stark could have created them. Now, I ask you honestly, with all this work, how do I find time to get settled down and get married? Tush, darling. When the right girl comes along, which I hope is me, you'll make time for marriage. Now take me home. Little does she suspect I don't tell her half of it. My most important job, my battle against injustice and evil as Iron Man. If Iron Man isn't battling gangsters, it's Iron Man! He caught us red-handed cracking the safe! Crash! He's fighting America's enemies from within and without. We're too late, Iron Man. The communist spies are escaping in the chartered plane. Don't worry. The plane will never leave the ground. They're skidding and crashing. Right. Now you boys can recover the secret documents which they tried to steal. And then there are many menaces which threaten mankind. Bam! Look! Iron Man is shoving the prow of the other ship away, avoiding a collision. We can't conquer Earth. It's inhabited by metal creatures with fantastic strength, like that one. So that was the events of that panel, I think, were last issue, where he fought Gargantus, I think that was his name, or Gargantuous, or something like that. And if that weren't enough to keep me single forever, there's a metal chest plate I must wear constantly around my chest. If the plate isn't regularly recharged with booster shots of electricity, my shrapnel-pierced heart would soon stop beating. Bzzz, bzzz. And so, when will I see you again, Tony? Next time I'm in town, honey. Actually, she could see me tomorrow, for I'll be on Coast to Coast TV, demonstrating my powers as Iron Man to the hospital kids. The following day, near the National Hospital for Orphans, nobody knows that I carry my Iron Man costume in this attaché case. Who dreamed that the armor I wear can be unfolded and stretched to many times its original carrying size? Presently, as Iron Man arrives at the hospital, to begin my demonstration, kids, I'll do a juggling act, but not with oranges or basketballs. No, with automobiles. First, I'll soar into the air with the help of my transistor-powered jets. Whoa! Now, I'll use magnets to draw several cars towards me. This is amazing. By rotating his tiny transistor-energized magnets, Iron Man is causing 7 cars to revolve around him in a fantastic remote-controlled juggling act. Now he's making the cars twirl in orbit. The hospital kids are absolutely entranced. Later, as a cannon from a nearby old fort is wheeled into position. Now for my final stunt. First, you can see what that heavy cannon will do to a 2-foot thick brick wall. Boom! Now the artillerymen will fire an identical cannonball straight at me. Ready, fire! He caught it! Bling! Whoosh! This is incredible! Iron Man is crushing the cannonball into bits in his hands. As a souvenir of the show, I'll give each of you a piece of the cannonball. Well, you saw it, folks. A dazzling exhibition of power which only one other person could possibly equal. The villainous Dr. Strange. But of course, even Strange hasn't gotten Iron Man's astounding physical strength. And lucky for mankind, the evil genius is locked safely behind bars in a maximum security prison. But at that moment in a prison radio repair lab, the fool! I've only allowed myself to stay here till I could formulate a new plan to plunder my fellow humans. And now I have it. I knew Iron Man would appear at that children's hospital, less than a mile from here, so I rigged up this electronic apparatus just for him. Yes, Iron Man himself will rescue me from this steel fortress, from which no convict has ever before escaped. But I am no ordinary convict. I am Doctor Strange. Not for nothing I've been called the Master of Evil. I created this tiny electronic gadget by modifying common radio and TV parts. And I will use the device to control my unwitting ally, Iron Man. But to do that I must return to my cell. I'll pretend I'm getting another dizzy attack. Oh, the room is spinning around. Look, Dr. Strange is getting into one of his fainting spells. We must help him back to his cell before he passes out. He's been very sick ever since he was struck by lightning. The fools! Did they think I'd remain stunned forever? I was struck by a lightning bolt 6 months ago, when U.S. paratroopers surrounded and attacked my mountain laboratory. Lightning hit the ray gun, or Strange was going to fire at us. Capture him while he's still stunned. Yo! Since then, I made everyone believe that I'm still suffering from the shock. Otherwise, they would have put me in a maximum security cell and never let me out of it. But luckily, that lightning blast, after the first paralyzing effects, increased the electrical energy of my mind. But the fools will only discover that after I leave this rat hole. Later, when Dr. Strange is alone in his cell, Now to make this contraption emit ultra-frequency waves that will fan out until they hit Iron Man, who must have already left the hospital. Bzzz. So as Iron Man returns to his carefully concealed car, my head, it suddenly feels so heavy, and my body is becoming numb. Bzzz. I hear a voice, coming from far away, whispering to me. Hear me, Iron Man. My ultra-frequency waves have affected the electricity in your brain, hypnotizing you. I am your master, and you are my slave. Yes, master. I await your commands. Good. Break into federal prison and free me. That's it, Iron Man. I'll guide your every step to the cell of Doctor Strange. Soon, to the amazement of the prison guards, It's Iron Man! But why is he smashing down our gates? Something's wrong. I can tell by the way he's walking, as if he's in a trance. Crash! Iron Man, what's the matter with you? What are you doing here? He doesn't hear you. He just keeps shuffling towards that wall. For Pete's sake, get out of his way. Nice work, Iron Man. Now carry me out of here. As Iron Man uses his air pressure jet power. He came to free Doctor Strange. Stop him. How? Bullets bounce off his armor like peanuts. Ha! Wait till Iron Man snaps out of his spell and realizes he engineered my escape. But by that time, I'll be executing my master plan to dominate the world. How proud my daughter Carla will be of me then. Because of my absolute power, she'll have a pick of kings and billionaires. Above all else, I crave my daughter's love and admiration. I must make up for all the years I've neglected her while I devoted myself to a fantastic life of crime. Therefore I'll give her everything, the earth itself, and she'll reign over it like a queen, thanks to her father's genius. We've flown far enough, Iron Man. Land at once. Hours later, the state police, combing the area for Iron Man and Doctor Strange, see a stumbling figure. Where am I? I seem to have lost all memory of my actions since I left the hospital. Look, there's Iron Man, but Doctor Strange is not with him. Then as Iron Man listens in horror as to what he's done. Doctor Strange must have cast a hypnotic spell over me. But if it's the last thing I do, I'll recapture him. I must redeem myself. Poor Iron Man. He feels like a fool. His pride won't let him rest till he gets even with Doctor Strange. Weeks later, on a private island off the U.S. coast. There's your new home, Carla. It is from here, which I shall give the world my ultimatum. Unconditional surrender to Doctor Strange, or extinction. But Dad, I don't understand. Why must you do anything so drastic? Foolish child. 'Tis but, as the world's greatest scientific genius, I should rule mankind. Now I will introduce you to my accomplices, the most cunning scientists and power-mad military men on Earth. Soon, as Doctor Strange's sinister subjects greet him with cheers. What's wrong with your daughter, Doctor? She avoids us like the plague. Oh, she'll straighten out. But we have important things to do, gentlemen. For tonight we issue our challenge to the whole world. That evening, a 200 megaton bomb explodes into outer space. Then, on every TV screen in the world, from Washington to Moscow, Attention Earth! This is Doctor Strange, broadcasting from his impregnable stronghold in the Atlantic Ocean. Doubtless you're all now aware of the huge S-bomb I exploded in outer space. Well, I've even more of the same type. I'll have to destroy all life on Earth. Unless every nation surrenders to me within 24 hours, I will blow the world to smithereens. Disregard my threat, and as sure as my name is Doctor Strange, I will bury you all. Later, after Doctor Strange's ghastly broadcast, the fools have located our stronghold and are dropping A-bombs on us. Oh, the fools have located our stronghold and are dropping A-bombs on us. But to no avail, thanks to the protective force field you invented, Doctor Strange. Yes, the world will soon realize that it has no alternative but to surrender to us. Next morning, in a submarine off of Doctor Strange's island. But if the whole world can't figure out a way to stop Doctor Strange, how will you, single-handedly, do the job, Iron Man?
I have a plan. Now do as I say. Fire me out of torpedo tube number 1.
Soon underwater.
Just as I thought. Even a super genius like Doctor Strange can omit an important detail, like extending his force.
Oh yeah, I should have said the historical figures, so that's John F. Kennedy and it's Nikita Khrushchev. For some reason, I guess it was from a sign of respect. Whenever Jack Kirby was drawing, he never drew John F. Kennedy's face for some reason. But I think that's just out of respect, though. I guess because the leader of the country, I guess it would be, or he thought it'd be maybe like disrespectful to draw it or something. I don't know, but anyway.
If it costs me my life, I'll get Doctor Strange if it costs me my life. Because it was I who helped the demonic madman to escape.
Then as Iron Man bore swiftly under the aisle.
Luckily I didn't remain in the seawater long enough to rust my iron shell. Now to locate Doctor Strange's electrical power plant. My body is attuned to the electrical energy as a bloodhound to a scent. I can feel myself nearing a major electrical source now.
Carla, what is it? You haven't spoken to me since we arrived.
Tell me, child.
If you must know, it's your despotic ultimatum, and your willingness to destroy mankind. If the Earth doesn't surrender to you, I never dreamt you were so evil.
But you don't know what you're saying. I've done it all for you.
Iron Man!
Oh, Iron Man. We meet again, Doctor Strange, but under different circumstances. You are not dealing with a hypnotized automaton now. This is your finish, Strange. I'm going to short-circuit all your electrical equipment. You will be left powerless. But anything strong enough to destroy my devices will also destroy you. It will mean the end of you too, Iron Man. We all got to go sometime, and I guess this is as good as time as any.
No! Don't smash those generators!
He did it! He knocked out my main power source! So, Iron Man, now you'll pay for your meddling. I don't know all your secrets, but I do know you can't exist without electrical energy, and now it's all draining out of you. Ugh. Yes, fool, even one electrical spark could restore your strength. But you cannot get it. There's no more electricity on the island. So writhe in agony. Writhe!
That flashlight. It contains 2 dry cell batteries. Suddenly, as Doctor Strange gapes, Iron Man, here! Use this flashlight. Break it open.
Carla, have you gone mad? Everything I did was for you. I wanted to hand you the world on a silver platter, and you helped my enemy?
I never wanted this world. I wanted a normal life with a normal father I could love. But you never understood. You never realized that you were breaking my heart a little more each day.
The flashlight batteries revived him. Iron Man's getting to his feet. Now I'll take this island apart. And who have I to be thanked for it? My own ungrateful daughter.
I'm sorry, Dad. I loved you once. But now there's just nothing left for me to love. Forgive me.
Of course I forgive you, you little fool. You're still my daughter, aren't you? Maybe someday you'll understand, and even help me. But I must go now. Iron Man is gaining strength every second. Farewell, Carla.
Later, with the force field shattered, a military task force searches the island, but...
Your father has vanished, Carla. He probably took precautions to escape if his incredible scheme failed. But how can I thank you enough for what you did?
By finding my father, someday, before he can do even more harm to mankind. Oh, Iron Man, why? Why does he use his great gift, his genius, to menace the world, instead of helping it, as you do?
I don't know, Carla. Yet ironically, he did do one good thing. He gave the world a lovely, courageous girl, which is perhaps the strangest achievement of the insidious Doctor Strange.
And that's the end. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.